Hey everyone, Jeremy here with Spirelight Web. I wanted to record this video to just show you a way that I've found to quickly compile a list of 301 redirects when you're launching a new Duda website and you're looking to forward URLs from the old website, the old non-Duda site, to the new site on the Duda platform. Of course, Duda provides some tools here where you can compile these redirects. However, it can be really cumbersome if there are a lot of them. If you've got, a dozen pages on the old site that you need to forward, you can, of course, um, just make sure that the new pages are named the same as the old pages, that sort of thing. But rarely is it a one-for-one copy. A lot of times there are many more old pages than there are new pages. The customer simplified the website, so Google has indexed 50 pages, but there's only 10 on the new site, or something like that. So all of those URLs are just sitting out there. And if you don't do the proper redirects, then uh, that can negatively impact the client's status with Google and other search platforms. And so you want to make sure that you take care of that when you're launching a new site. So if you've only got, 10, 20, something like that, it's not a big deal. You can manually build it here, like in the URL redirect section by adding a new redirect, choosing the old page, selecting a new page that's going to forward to. So no problem there. But if you have, 50, 60, 100, 200 pages on the old site that need to be redirected, it can be really time consuming to do that one by one. So fortunately, Duda does provide a tool whereby you can import a CSV that contains all those redirects. And so that's great. However, you have to compile that CSV, right? And so how do you do that? Well, that's the point of this video. I want to show you a way that I found it to do it, the quickest way that I've found to be able to accomplish it. And so I want to walk through that with you, and hopefully it'll be helpful. The first thing you want to do is create a Google Chrome bookmark that contains some JavaScript code. And I'll show you how to do that. What you're going to do is open just a brand new tab in Google Chrome and then bookmark it. And so you can name this tab or this bookmark whatever you want. I'm going to call it extract URLs. And then we're going to go ahead and click done. And then I'm going to edit that bookmark so that I'm going to use some code, some JavaScript code instead of a website URL. I'm going to insert some code, and I'll show you how to do that. So I'm going to go to bookmarks, bookmark manager, and then let's jump and find the one I just created. It's going to be down here. So let's go ahead and edit that. And so it's going to say Chrome new tab by default. So I'm going to paste some JavaScript in here, and this is the JavaScript here. I'll go ahead and include it in the comments so that you can just copy it from there. But what this code is going to do is it is going to take all of the URLs on any given Google search result page and strip everything out except for the URLs. And then we'll be able to take that data and import it into Google, or rather into Duda. We'll import it into Google Sheets, set up the proper CSV, and then we'll import that CSV into Duda. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this code, and then we're going to replace this URL here with the code, and then we'll go ahead and save it. Okay, I think I had this already done once. I'm going to delete the old one there. All right, so we're good to go there. Now, the next thing we're going to do is search the old website, the non-Duda site, for all of the existing pages that Google has crawled over time. So they've indexed any number of pages. Let's find out what they've indexed. So I'm going to open a new tab. I'm going to type site and then a colon and then the URL. No W's, just the URL here. So this is the one I'm going to use. You type in your URL from the old site, and Google it'll simply give a list of all of the pages that it has indexed from that domain. Okay, so you want to scroll down all the way to the bottom. Make sure you click more results if there's more. Get all the way to the bottom of the list, and you want all of the results to be visible on this one page. Okay, and once that is done, then you're going to go to the saved bookmark and just click it, and we'll see what happens with this data. So let's go bookmarks, and then go up to find that saved URL or that saved bookmark. We're going to click that. You'll see that that turns this page into URLs we can then use. Okay, so let's go ahead and select all of these. I'm going to copy them. And what I'm going to do now is paste them into a new Google Sheet. So we'll open a new tab. I'm already logged into my Google account, so I can just go sheet.new. Oh, I misspelled it. Sheet.new. You can manually create a new sheet. Just jump into Google Sheets and do that. So this first column, the first column is going to be the old URLs. Then the second column will be the new URLs. So old URLs, and then column B is going to be where we want them to forward to on the new site. And then C, that third column, is going to be, we're going to specify whether it's a temporary redirect with a 302 or permanent redirect with a 301. And just from my experience, I've never used a 302 redirect. It's always 301. So unless you have a specific reason you want to use 302, I would recommend you use 301 because these redirects are permanent. So let's go ahead and paste in our data. I'm going to start here at this on the second row, and I'm going to go ahead and paste. And that's not going to work. I'm just going to Command V to paste in my data. All right. So that gives us what we need here. Now you see that when you paste this in from the browser, there's a space between each one. So you can quickly eliminate that just by sorting this column from A to Z like this. That will eliminate those spaces. All right, so next thing we want to do is remove everything up to this first forward slash. Okay, so I'm going to select my column. I'm going to go edit, find and replace. I'm going to go ahead and find everything here up to that first space. So for bbc.org, I'm going to find that and replace with nothing. So that's going to delete it. So let's click replace all. And you'll see that gives you a nice clean list of URLs without, so these are what we're going to be importing here into Duda as the old page URL. Okay. All right. So now from here, I'm going to go ahead and in this first row, I'll go ahead and just put the titles for these columns. I don't believe you need to do this, but just to help reiterate what they're for. This is the old URL. It's going to be the new URL. And then this is the redirect type. Okay, so the type is going to be 301. And I'll go ahead and copy this all the way down. All right. That's good. I'm just looking at these. I'm seeing some duplicates here. I see some duplicates here that came in, but that's okay. The software, when we import into Duda, it will catch that. So now, new URL. We could take the time now to go back to the Duda site to check out the pages that exist and check out the URLs to those pages, and then manually one by one put in the new URLs here. Sometimes that's just the way you have to do it. It just takes time. However, if you want to be able to just go ahead and if you want to be able to be presented with a list of all the pages and just basically click on each URL and choose which page to forward it to, then a method that you can use is just for a new URL, just put a / and that's going to tell Duda that you are forwarding that page to the root URL. So basically it's going to the home page. And you can do that, and then we can edit those manually once we've imported them into Duda. So I'm going to run with that method here. Paste these all the way down. There we go. All right, so this is our completed spreadsheet. And now all we have to do is export this to CSV. So let's go ahead, go to File, Download, and then choose comma separated values or CSV. Let's take a look at that. All right, and I'm just going to rename this Duda test. All right, now let's jump right back into our Duda site and let's import multiple redirects. Upload a CSV, Duda test. All right, so this gave me a little message that says old page URL has more than one destination URLs. That's because there were some duplicates. In here, there were a couple of URLs that were listed twice, and so that created some duplicates. Google, or rather Duda, caught it, and they just flagged it. So I accidentally closed the tab, but we're okay here. So here's all our redirects. All right. So rather than having to put these in manually one at a time, we've just imported the whole list here, and it's going to save a lot of time. So now from here, we can choose from a list what to do with each of these. So I can look at the old page URL, I can edit this, and I can choose a destination page from the list. Okay. I know for this particular one, I want to go here and save that. All right, and then you can go one by one through these and just choose, yeah, you can just go ahead and choose which pages that you want to forward these to. And so in that way, you'll save yourself a lot of time and make sure that you don't miss any URLs. So at the very least, all of the old pages are forwarding to the home page. Okay, so at least we're telling Google, hey, this page has been permanently moved and it's the home page. Now, best practice is definitely to forward each of these to unique pages on the new site. But once again, sometimes that's not possible because the old page was left behind. It's not going to exist on the new site. But in this way, there are no, orphan pages that are floating around out there in the search engine index, because we've given each of them a new home here by importing them into Google as 301 redirect. So, or rather into Duda as 301 redirect. So I hope this is helpful to you. You definitely want to take this step whenever you launch a new site. So many times a web agency will ignore this step and basically erase their clients, erase their ranking. They'll be starting all over again in the Google index, and that's a horrible practice. And so make sure that you give attention to this, and hopefully this video is helpful as you put together your strategy to make sure the redirects are properly configured. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear them. Hope you have a great day.